As a teen growing up in 90s East End Toronto, there was always this rumor that if you crossed paths with the wrong cop, that you could wind up on the Cherry Beach Express. The Cherry Beach Express was a reference to the Toronto police taking the voiceless down to the Portlands and kicking the crap out of them in a section of the city where no one could hear their cries for help. The Toronto police have always denied that the Cherry Beach Express existed, but a civil court award tells a bit of a different story. Most people in Toronto have never been to Cherry Beach, and that's kind of the point. It's located at the bottom of the city in the Portlands. It's close enough that you can see the skyline, but still far enough that the city can't really see you back. It's industrial, it's quiet, and it's isolated in a way that feels almost engineered. It's the part of the city that nobody really knows what to do with, so you just pretend it's not really there. Over the years, that silence has attracted all kinds. The gay community found freedom there from a city that wasn't always welcoming to them. Teens found escape there where they could drink and swim and exist without anybody breathing down their neck. And yes, occasionally maniacs had fights with chainsaws down there, but that's for another story. It was Cherry Beach's exclusion, the absence of witnesses, that seemed to attract the misdeeds of the city. If you needed seclusion to commit a crime, but still needed to be home in time for dinner, Cherry Beach was your spot. It was in the late 70s and 80s when Cherry Beach first started growing a reputation as a destination for police brutality. There was multiple allegations surfacing against the Toronto police, allegedly rounding up homeless and dropping them off in Cherry Beach with absolutely no means of making it back to the city. There was also rumors that they would bring suspects to the area and lay a beating on them in place of due process. These allegations became so prominent that they even found their way into a song by the Toronto band the Puka Orchestra, appropriately titled The Cherry Beach Express, with notable lyrics stating, "Well, it was late one Friday, I'm a little bit wrecked. You're on your way to serve and protect. You buzz out of the cruiser like bees from a hive, and ask me if I want to go for a drive? That's why I'm riding on the Cherry Beach Express. My ribs are broken and my face is a mess. And my name on the statement was signed under duress." As a teenager who had a few run-ins with the Toronto police, I was never actually brought down to Cherry Beach.
Instead, they would treat us to a beating here at the back of Monarch Park Collegiate. Don't deny a 55 division. I remember it vividly.
My unpleasant encounters with the Toronto police make me wholeheartedly believe that the Cherry Beach Express existed, but one man would actually do something about it. It was in 1996 when a homeless man named Thomas Kerr alleges that he was detained by officers at 51 Division, then brought down to the Cherry Beach area and beaten. His accusations would lead to a lengthy internal investigation. The internal investigation, of course, confirmed that Kerr had been indeed detained and treated for injuries at St. Michael's Hospital, including facial swelling and physical trauma. Kerr's blood was even found on one of the officers' boots, and his hair on one of the officers' belts. But after extensive interviews, evidence review, and forensic work, investigators decided that no criminal charges would be laid against the officers. Not really a surprise. Years later, however, a civil court awarded Kerr an estimated $750,000 in damages. You don't say. In February of 2026, Toronto police once again made the news for serious accusations of police corruption. Different names, different details, but it's the same system once again tasked with investigating itself and asking us to trust it. Thomas Kerr never got the justice he deserved in a criminal court. The officers were never charged. The Cherry Beach Express has never officially been confirmed, but a civil court awarded him nearly $750,000, a band wrote a song about it, and teenagers whispered warnings to each other about it for decades. So at some point you do gotta ask, which version sounds more like the truth? It's quite possible that the Cherry Beach Express was just an urban legend. Maybe none of it happened the way that Kerr claims. Or maybe the city has just gotten so good at what stories they decide become history and which just get left at the side of the road.